Well, here we are. If you could read that building, those letters, K, what does it say? K, P, N, T. Well, look, PK here. Let me sit down with out of the box now. We're really living out of the box. Excuse me, I looked this morning. I'm still very jet lagged. I'm here in Sofia, Bulgaria. So there's some Bulgarian letters. Let me get set up here so I can talk to you. It's a little bit cold this morning. Let's see. One moment. There we go. Oh, Jesus. Okay, here we go. Yeah. Good morning, you guys. My trading friends, welcome to Eastern Europe. Some of you don't know, I have a Bulgarian wife. I lived here 12 years. And that building under Bulgarian letters, it said, what did it say? It said KPNT. But what it really says, it only took me 5 years to learn those letters, to learn how to read Bulgarian letters, which is very close to Russian for some of you. It was it's K-R-I-T for Krit. And this is one of the top builders that build the flats here. They call them, we'd call them condos. They're like they call them apartment blocks, but they're all condominiums. Anyway, so as I said, it's PK here, way out of the box today. And I want to talk about, we're doing the show from outside, which is a nice change from sitting in an office. At least I don't, I have this obsession with all these shows. They always have books in their bookshelf. Behind is the background setting. So I think at least, okay, it's cloudy, but at least a little bit different. Anyway, let me adjust this camera. It just doesn't quite have what I'm looking for. Look, PKs, I'm very low tech. Don't forget I'm 62. I'm not young like you. I don't have the ability to make the high-tech production, but what I have to say with my 35 years experience is trying to give you some really good tips. So anyway, the show this morning is excuse me, I got the wrong nose. See, one of the things, okay, here we go. Ready for this? It's a good one. Remember, most of you, I'm a big futures trader. Most of my life, most of my career, still in trading every day. The name of the show for Out of the Box is The Trend is Your Friend and Other Futures Trade Setups. Now, of course, we all know this. I'm sure this is one of the classic sayings. The trend is your friend. So, and you can say, well, PK, you've been at this for years. Is it true? I would say it is true. It's one of those sayings that really is true. The trend is your friend, of course, until the trend changes. But, so, let me give you a couple examples, what I consider a real trend at the daily. You can look this for yourself. In fact, I try to put it up in my thumbnail. Maybe you can see it, but look at it for yourself. Take a look. You want to see what a real long-term, a real trend, powerful uptrend looks like. Just take a look at the July lumber. Yes, it's very small, thinly traded, but still, this is a chart where you really, and prices really can move, and you see a succession of green, 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 day after day after day. You really can make a lot of money, because it doesn't happen. This is maybe one of those charts that's show out of the book, where you can do your trailing stop, which you've watched some of my videos. I'm against this. It doesn't work, but that type of a market. And maybe the second example would take a look at the copper. The HG, what is it? The K now. The July. Again, HGN21 is the symbol, I think, for most of you. And on the lumber, it's a LBN for July, LBN21. Take a look at those two forever. If you want to see, this to me is a real trend. And you know, there's books on trend following, how to get in and so forth. And, do they work? Can they work? Well, look, anything's going to work. And in a market like that, you can use these types of systems, crossovers, all sorts. Everything's going to work. You can even break all the rules, and they're going to work. Anytime it falls, there's some dip, buy it. whether you're a day trader, 2 days, 3 days. But look, this is something you an opportunity when you have this real strong trend to really make some real great money here, because you don't get this too often. I know you guys know this. So the question is this is always, I get asked this a lot over the years, is what is a trend to PK? What is a trend to me? And I have found, all of you, there's a million different indicators on your computer. I happen to use a TradeStation, but I know whatever platform you use, it's endless, and you can go out of your mind with so many indicators and this confirmation and all these things. Remember, I'm trying to make it as simple as possible so I can make that very fast, quick read. Of course, we know there's no perfection. There's no, in any of these, if all these things worked, we'd be sitting home or be sitting here, well, I am sitting at home in Bulgaria, not dressed, not in my shorts today like normally, but still, you know what I'm trying to say. We'd all be zillionaires, trading would be easy, and it's not, as you all know. It can be easy. We can have great days, great weeks, even some great months. But you're in this game long enough, you guys know it's just a question of time, but you're going to face those 3 losers in a row and you're going to be tested. So what do I look for? What am I using? I'm using the ADX, the very simple average directional index. And for me, I like a reading from 25 above. Some people use 20, some wait till 30, but there's no magic number. Just because it's 25 and rising doesn't mean that it can't just turn back down. How many times, most of the times, these things just get started and fail. And that's why all these trend following books and programs, you can have very big drawdowns in any type of program trading. That's why I keep trying to tell you over and over again, especially as futures traders trading all this leverage. I don't care if you're doing day trading, S&P, Dow, stock index futures, or even you want to trade the lumber. You really can. You can get whipped around. There's no perfection, but this is what I use, and so I use that ADX indicator is to tell me, what type of trend are we in, how strong is it? And of course, as it continues, you'll see that number rising, and I like that, me personally. The other thing I look for, let's say you're a momentum style, buying as it's going up, or vice versa, if you're selling on a downtrend. I like those small retracements. I've learned over the years, let's say you miss that first initial blast, let's just talk about going long for a moment, and you miss that rise, and you say, God, PK, you're such an idiot. Why didn't I jump in? And you say to yourself, and you say, I'm going to wait for that pullback. I'll use my Fibonacci, whatever technique you have, but it's gone up a lot. And you think, God, it's gone up so much, I need to have a healthy pullback, 50%. There's all sorts of methods people use to analyze it. But I'm telling you, when you have that strong market, those consecutive days, the market really starting a trend, especially as that ADX goes above 30, 35, 40. That's why again, it's an art from experience. You'll see that market, it doesn't come down. You don't get this 50% retracement. In fact, a lot of times you didn't even get a third. And you're waiting and waiting and waiting. You have your order in. The market's here. Your order's here. You think, I'm going to get it finally. And then it just turns around and goes another leg up. And you're still not in. So always remember, this is why I like using that ADX indicator. Because when I start seeing these strong readings, meaning these strong numbers, let's say above 35, you better not expect too much of a pullback. Yes, we always know it's unpredictable. Maybe if you watch some of my technical analysis, I did a video about TNA, not TNA, but technical analysis. Listen, I got jet lag. You see, I'm not making sense. It's hard enough before in Florida. You see, don't forget I had brain aneurysm 20 years ago. I'm not drunk. Okay, yeah, I still get comments. They said, this guy, he must be drunk. He slurs his words. It's very frustrating. I wouldn't want to wish this on anybody. Any serious brain head injury when you're young. I was 40 years old and happened to be in Hawaii, and I pulled through it. So, as you see, I drift off the topic, but that's what I look at to identify a trend. I like those small retracements and jumping in. Even if I missed it or I'm in lower and I think, this, I really believe in this, and I want to really, you just make this decision and trying to add to the winner. I never look for the big retracement. That's my point. And let's see here. The third thing is, the last issue really is, and this goes kind of with all type of trading, and you'll see this in the books. I have discussed this a few times in my trading videos, but this also comes into play, which is PK. How much to go for? How much, if I'm risking one, should I get out of 3-1, 5-1? And I'm telling you, as I've told you, I don't care trend or no trend. I think this is a big mistake. You're not going to, the other books say, what should you go for 3-1, 2.5-1. You guys know this, you've read this a million times, I'm sure. I'm telling you from years of experience, years of trading, that it wasn't until I changed 5 years ago. I'm be 62 in August. We're talking about 57. I was one of those people who made money, who succeeded trading this 3-1, 2.5-1, grinding away. But you never make any real money this way. The funny part is, I mentioned this before, that I thought the futures trading, was actually much easier when I started in the 1980s, because there wasn't this short-term day trading. Everyone was a swing trader. Everyone held for 2 weeks, and this was a good thing. Commissions were so high you couldn't move your stop. I've discussed this. So now it's so easy, as we all know. We push a button, instant execution, and in and out you go. But the temptation, the boxes and flashing in front of you, green, the numbers going up. And believe me, I've been there, I've done it. You want to grab that money. You want to pick it up off the floor. You want to grab it from that computer screen and lock it into your account. And all it takes is boom, just like that, push that button. I'm telling you, it's wrong. You're not going to win enough, because we know you're going to have too many losers, and you're going to make mistakes along the way. All of us do. Wrong entry, order entry, buy, sell, too many contracts or too many shares or whatever it may be. So I say go for at least 8-1, 10-1. I'm always looking for trades that are 20-1, which means, I don't make trades every day. So what? I'm here to make money, and this is not necessary. And for you, and my time frame is 1 to 4 days. This is how I specialize. Do I have day trades? Of course I have day trades, but the difference is the day trades I make now for the last 5 years and before. Now I'm holding those trades 4 hours, 6 hours. Not 20 minutes. If it makes some, you guys know, you've all been there. Jump in, boom, it goes right for you, and you see that green box. It's like a drug. It's seductive. You want to take it. You want to grab it. So I've been there. So I'm telling you, don't do it. This 3-1 is not enough. This is a myth. I believe I've never seen anybody long term. When I mean long-term, any long-term record, this whole notion that we're all going to be consistent traders, make X $100 a day. I've talked about this. I'm repeating myself. $500 a day. Get this thinking, this is going to hurt you. It hurt me, because I thought, PK, so much experience, and I'm telling you, you're talking to someone who's really been around. I really have a resume in this trading. So, and yes, you can make this money. You can make this consistent money day after day, week after year. We all have these incredible hot streaks where we have our market. But our market over a year's period of time is very rare. You can trade for a year and just consistently knock it out. you're going to have these, you should know, unless you get lucky. Maybe you just started, remember there's a lot of luck in the short run, meaning the short run to me is less than anything less than 3 years. So, and this is the problem in trading, you can't take yourself too seriously. Anyway, so you see, I rambled off again. I'm getting cold. It's like 55 degrees out here. But I just wanted to do it from outside here. And, I did mention, other futures trade setups. I'm just going to give you one quick example, because I decided I'm going to do a whole video for us traders on, what I think are the best the best setups, especially short term, since most of you are very short term / day traders. What I think is the best always to watch out for, which is, I'm going to give you one example, and that is, I think the best weekly day trade you can make. It's something that happens every week. Remember, it's only one trade a week, but it's something that has the power to move. And you can say, PK, what trade is that? What market are you talking about? What futures trade is that? It's the crude oil. At the crude oil report, we know this comes out every Wednesday at around East Coast. It's 10:30. I'm all screwed up on the time zone, so it's forget the time. I think it's 10:30. This is East Coast time, 10:30. So in your own time zone. But every Wednesday, the crude number, and this number was better than expected, worse than expected. This is some trading. Yes, you have that volatility. And it happens Wednesday after Wednesday. And can you make a trade every Wednesday? No, of course not. But when you get that opportunity in that crude report, this is something you'd call a classic day trade. You can make it in 30 minutes, in an hour, really quickly. And you can really get off a big position with controlled risk. Remember, controlled risk, and make this big thing. And you could say, oh, is this a trend, PK? No, this is not the trend, is your friend. This is a reading from the news. But anyway, so I try to just tell you that, yes, to conclude, the trend is your friend. It really is your friend. And it's something that I'm just trying to convince you how I look at it. It's real simple to analyze. I mentioned, look, I throw up the ADX. Of course, there's not the only way. There's many ways. I'm sure you have your own way. But the point I want to make is about being the trend is your friend, is that try to keep it longer. Don't get out. Don't be tempted, because the temptation is huge to us futures traders. I don't care what market you're trading. Soybeans, S&P, the Dow, it doesn't matter. Well, maybe you're trading the Bitcoin. I wish I was trading that Bitcoin futures, but look, you see what the margin is. They destroyed that. This Bitcoin futures, for us traders, we could make or lose a fortune. This is what I love. That we love this volatility, but now when they have the margin set at 50%, and now they have the two small contracts, so forget about that. This is out. So again, oh boy, this PK here, I think it's time for me to shut up now. I'm cold, I'm freezing, I'm going to go in. I'm here in Sofia, Bulgaria. I did make it. I think I'm the only American. I just read today they keep talking. They're going to open up this Europe to us Americans, so we can enjoy. We make some money. Enjoy some. Remember, I always said, enjoy some of the winnings. Take some of those winnings. Don't let it sit there in your account and say, I'm going to be bigger and bigger. The only way you're going to make it real and live this out-of-the-box lifestyle that PK I'm trying to get into you guys' head is to, if you have a good month, pull some of that money out, and I don't say take a vacation or pay your bills, but turn that money and make it real. Anyway, look at this, 20 minutes. Time is up. Time for me to go inside. I'm freezing. This is PK with another episode of Out of the Box. And remember, always try your best to live out of the box and think for yourself. Freezing here in Bulgaria. Ciao, everybody.